to West Coast region, to our beautiful town called Bwiam. Yes, you can do the translation, that will make it easy.
Yo, anumpa nu jama kasankina ko frima fola, onomi le président département du Brikama, a chairman of the Brikama Area Council, on the bill debate for him personally.
I want to welcome our colleagues from Senegal.
Nana omdi ane kujawrola, kurokorola, upalola, kapulumi, bana kapana kubuto kolola, banomi Senegal, di ane bismillah omdi karemerisho di 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏.
That is, I want to seize the opportunity to mention the mayors, the various cities or towns that or regions they represent, so that the media can also pick that up, not just from the intro, but here among us we have the mayor for 𝒂𝒐𝒃.
Nane, pambay fuko fanfang, mana yisen ko jawra pala ka bañu fuko kan mañu ne Libye ka purlomi de karati mo fameti Senegal mana lobby amer anosani mba akansuro anosani bo mo famu gabaro kurel bu gaba ko sankene officially fried the English o jawla ja Gambie ko ne kansilo baro jawja be Senegal ko ne monsieur le maire so ko maire ko kala kabelum pambay fuko munu manja amer anosani aymbang di bena purlo.
And I want to register the apologies of the president for the Department of Bignona, my colleague and comrade, President 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏, who couldn't make it today, and the reason being that this particular event was scheduled for Wednesday, Thursday. But we had to bring it forward because we were having our biggest cultural event in Bwiam on Saturday, which is 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏, the International 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 Festival, which we usually have here annually. So that's why we had to push the event a bit forward so we can be able to enable our guests to also experience and be part of the festival event of that of the festival we had here on Saturday.
Dana ombode law ko bonket ni waf ala koro an mami opo oye kenum fompona fola ni manakila anyatate 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒏 onomi the chairman eti Bignona mba president département do Bignona angolente akanu ko ken mo kola because ajongaw elite emite di yone ma ete be kan fu naka feti jaar ba ñeki rufo betu fatul waaw kanen no manga mambo kana ko molam ku jo ku jawroli ku may ku jo ku ma kami ka di kani kanu kana ka wuju mi kadi futam fa organize mi di bindi arrangement be sibitan juka ka gororo ka kami de sembe kono manga ne banko bilena ku reworendo bare mi tay elanyinu donc fu naka fali keni pam fu kana ne ku lay ka bono def toroba ki be ku lay ka badan du ñet yo dum e jaaja reworum monsieur le président 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒏 mana baje ko ku jabro wakane amolen tamat bar mo mano sani foringi bukana wakami kerum le funaka faliki mi beja.
And because of that impromptu change of schedules, it unfortunately clashed with some very important events that he was having. He wanted to come still, but we had to plead with him to make sure he attend that one. Since this is not our first meeting, this is an ongoing, and we are a family now, we should be able to step in his stead and then move on. And he deputized the Honorable Mayor for 𝒂𝒂𝒃 to represent him in the meeting as well. So we want to thank him, and then the whole delegation that came from Senegal to attend the event today.
Dana ombana sale bukana burom kabilum surtout ku jabro ko la ka Libye ka pour mom ka pour no birum Senegal. Nane monsieur le président 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒏 comme tata ko la jag na ko fam o fango nane bete ting ka jawara kana munya de jay mena jo mena ma wa kane senu fo monsieur le maire eti jingake o metade kanyina kumaya nano jaw munu matom di fompo no fumbo di foro.
So we want to welcome the mayor of Kataba 1, my brother Alassane Diatta.
Nano nane bismillah maire de Kataba 1 yonam mi Kataba 1 de ano bismillah Alassane Diatta.
He has been very instrumental in making this association a success, and then we want to thank him for the continuous role that he continues to play to ensure that we only register progress in this association. Alassane, thank you.
Nana anan manjone na baba fujum fumul andum pop na junjum ukom dolo kabaro majum metko e ko fay ring lorin tayonya no bo dano abaraka na saleo abarko lere to de nane nalalla mana mang malanya mingeno nano continue de sum e jum de fujuma fan jumi birum tam folom munju kame e ko fay erindi tano e wal eri.
And then my father's namesake, the Honorable Mayor for Julum, Honorable 𝒂𝒄𝒏𝒔, we want to welcome him to Bwiam once again.
Nana ombode karemirche mbadi ka welcome Baola Atomao, ono mi 𝒂𝒄𝒏𝒔, ono mi monsieur le maire eti Jululu, to tatate nana ombode ka bismillah.
And the deputy mayors that are here, deputizing for the mayors who are not able to come, David Diatta from Kafountine, we want to welcome you all.
Asheka mu alakonya ko jom lo mi di fompono feti mayor ola akila onon deputy eti mayor ti Kafountine ononya asheka ume nano dano bismillah.
And then we want to thank Paul of 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏, and then the two gentlemen that are accompanying him from 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏. We want to thank him a lot. Without Paul, none of this would have materialized. So Paul is very, very important.
Dale eri mbele ten ankone Paul Abib Sanyang pambaj fuko manui to juro Paul bukana dugu jogi bo introduction kan kambara fujuma fiya mama anu sangaman. Okay, local NGO called 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏. Donc ombolika ano bismillah resube odi timugure sayire long kambi bolon ko bola.
And the Deputy Mayor of Lampang, we want to acknowledge his presence as well and welcome him to Bwiam.
Nana aribe pop amera di Lampang the ano bismillah nano bismillah de shuketi Bwiam West Coast region.
We also want to acknowledge the presence of the heads of securities in the region, that is the police, SO, and then the representatives from the army and the SIS. We want to acknowledge their presence and we welcome them as well to the meeting.
Dana de ane bismillah di kiyisen ko suma kola anifana ko police ko anifana ti ko militaire di karati kibara di anifana ti ancien secrétaire di Gambie de amo bismillah di fujoja fufe.
And then the CEO of Councillor Trust, from Saturday when we told them that our mayors will be here on Sunday, they did everything to make sure that they preserve some entertainment for them. We want to thank them for that as well. Mabbe amana jol bare the CEO eti Councillor Trust di akilanate betal ko jaralum man ko lokinu man ringi ka salak di ka safa yeti binaw ko jamme met ko jabro ko kabilo dan hani de leto ngon katu mu cebu Brikama area council bare panukat bukan kan manyo ko jebe ka goror kan manyo ne pam ko mala buisen ko shumul di ka bismillah di ko jabro boto dani na sale di ani abaraka. So the host, I don't want to forget about the host, and that is these are all the councillors from Brikama area council and all the councillors of the West Coast region who have showed up massively to welcome our guests here again in Bwiam. We want to say welcome to you all and thank you all for also coming.
Dane, the Tamona along who councillor Keti Brikama area council kan manyone ko ku jomlom ko katanga si haja so li brum ko jo ejo ya baje sembe yano ni momen nana la tamon na chame la tamon na regi wanu san mata ani abaraka mo kanen dane Brikama area council, kudos for your massive turnout.
And the alcalo of Bwiam and the alcalo of the two villages from the border who are also here with us, we welcome you and we want to say thank you very much for coming to grace the meeting with us today.
Dana pour chef de village à Kati Sisuke Chanawo Kunya surtout Eshuke Yano Manya chef de village au Bwiam di Etikaru Nord di Etikiches kan manje no koko di dans la frontière di ano Aparaka di ano Bismillah.
So for I know the introduction part or the objectives of the association will be spelled out by Tijan, but before that I will give a bit of an intro myself and then Tijan can buttress on it further. So this is the fourth meeting that we are having. The meeting started in Jululum in July 2024. Thereafter, we had a second meeting in Brikama, which was on the 18th of September 2024. And then after that, we had a third meeting in Kafountine on the 29th of January. And then this is the fourth meeting we are having in Bwiam today. And the next meeting, we will agree on a date before we conclude today's meeting. And that meeting will be in Senegal. The whole objective of this association is to make sure we bring unity as well as good neighborly relationship between our neighboring villages, regions, departments on either side, on both sides of the border. And then we make sure, you can translate that.
Dane, manamana apport jahikun. Birum kutegulo kanu tongam ni waf. Dua fujoja fufe futongulo na wonkulo birin jululu di datelio no bila be Gambi Brikama no kurabo no jabe ka funti no kurabo ko fe fonon fujoja fu patinte na. Odo kanja ni mo jandi kami ko kuyiso ni baba ka fi met ko bu sofa fu naka fu ko take fanu jeta bela ñu lañora Sénégal. Bare nane rewtuto ni waf ka faye wa e jumme. Fu juma fede ka faye fonon bu eje be ke lingen kawoga ku gabara ka cilora ku gabara ka lofora ku gabara ka mo fa mu gabaram tutorial ko man fa malinge man fa man jake surtout di karati ku ke kanon kunya security didi kene ni manam ko nga be ko mikinola wono sen wona ringa wona gore inshallah pani continue ni manu manu fela manu lewla wakabi fu ke feti kafawe.
So we want to make sure we are able to break down most of the invincible barriers that we have between our two neighboring villages, towns, regions, and departments.
Nana ni wa mala nya abenen e ka fa wiye e jumelo yonomi tano sen tan elinge yomi e di waf di kanu kanu rakola di pro rakola mbale ka sofora kola ni waf balita bukila mu mange mambu Ojo nu kontina di ka jawar nu manjambiri nu kufannani wala bo bemba si suke si kabara salo forum c'était Sénégal di Gambia si region si kabara salo forum Sénégal di Gambia barapo si commune si kabara salo forum ba si areas mba si ward si kabara salo forum mi mo fa mo kabara.
And also because we are the people at the lowest level of administration, which is the local government. So that means we are directly close to the people at the grassroots level. This is where we want to build up these relationships and ensure that we are able to break down any barriers at the grassroots level. And if we are able to solve problems at that level, it never gets to the highest level at all.
Kabika Kombo kaninje jembe bile be gore wajupe wodo wona mo na gore nana wudi kala ja wujanja local government economy ni mom uli at the area council ni waf masakunda fu tegula fu fola fe kanyita masakunda ya titia yono mi area council moto baba fu ko fam manudu tongu muto dika sofor dika jawo mbapo dika ka fa bandiyon bu noté kané no mo ngon tok fu tegul fa ma ñina fa baké di karat kan no kana dika pro rek mba di karat ka jawara be sindine mba e pre betintima.
But also because the communities we represent are more or less the same, they just happen to be on the different side of the international borders, and for that reason we don't only want to dwell on problems, but we want to share ideas, good practices which work on our side and those that are working on the other side. We learn from each other, and in that way, we grow together, we develop together, and then we make sure no one is left behind within our region. This is the main objective that I want to touch on, and then the rest, Tijan will elaborate further.
Parce que vous êtes chef de village, homme du local community. A chef de village a été kubobo kuma kulingum elinge eno. Ome din demand de kara Gambie, ome din demand de kara Sénégal. But you can't have the kubobo kulike balikara boli bisi linge. You are buju kagoror kanosani kanmanjone uli kamiti tentanga kagoror kololi. Le kure de kara yuwe. But one osan one manjone panjetum eja futule mo famuka bara mbasi suke sigabara. Donc ni wa fa goro ko kila kono mang mulingen no ma munu ko dika mati ko fu jun ko jila ko baba fu ko famfam de mono do kan de karati yuru ko no fa ban yor man won no jumor no pebor de karaka tabe na kat boroma di eronget bukana.
And the other thing I want to add is the importance of these meetings, because when we have these meetings we try to digest on some of the issues that are currently affecting our regions, and then we share ideas as to how we address those issues and how we resolve it at the local level, and if not, what steps are necessary to be taken in order to make sure it gets to the stakeholders or the right stakeholders for that problem to be addressed as amicably as possible and as quickly as possible.
Manalanya family jitu wal manjola wo famo jongale mba wo famo bari fuko wonon mo famu gabara bukana buka bugabara kano kana kori dika brudo koli dika gorora koli si problème san manjola so si badwen si problème si kilawsu bu sote be kan man sunole si puri donc kanjamo uli panu kam bukan kala ka goror mo kan manjola ko responsible man de karati security bank bu sécurité mo fa mu gabare je be jom met ko problème ya mo kana ko la adi local level Kombo de fesse mba ya Kombo de ka jonkora bu e jebe kam me ban mba de karat fu no mena kanu ko ne prix bu gala bam bu kana ko la ko baje la ko arrêté ni man fam man tariya eno man bu kana ko la ko continuer de baje bénéficier mu kana met kanu ko no de ko pour.
So some of the issues is that you can have a village on this side of the border with a whole lot of problems that are happening on the other side, but they don't have any platform to discuss or to talk about it. If they channel it through the normal political route, it gets to the National Assembly of either country, and that's where it probably would end, or it would have to wait for the ministers of foreign affairs to meet or the presidents to meet, and at that point there are many other important topics to discuss, and this topic is never raised. But this kind of platform now gives us the opportunity to be able to, because we represent at the grassroots level. If the problem is happening at the village level, the councillor gets to know about it first before anyone else. And if he gets to know about it, when we get to this platform, he is able to raise it to the mayor on the other side, and then we are able to see how best we address it as quickly as possible. And then there are other things that are beyond just village issues. They are regional issues which we together as one voice can be able to raise it internationally to our national states, for them to understand that our people are seriously affected about this, and then necessary steps need to be taken in order to mitigate that for our people. Only these platforms gives us that opportunity, and that's why we are very grateful that we are able to make progress from day one. When we started in Jululum, we have not taken a reverse gear. We've been moving forward. I think we've gone into the 4th gear now. We are moving to the 5th gear, just moving on. Thank you.
Nane ni waf kabenen 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 fujuma folio nane 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 ni waf ejunjumbe karampen ejunjumbe ko kotul parce que ko jeke jabu gala ko ken bu baje baje ci suke ci kabare salo for bar am bokku je be ko yisem burude na boli meti kuli bure do do bo di poti man te muy dede di boda ni fu dede mbadi kala eten am bokko be jaw bokku lof ku jaw ja beti di for example National Assembly jadi ko bi ko ngar mambe ko mi wa fukila mambe ri very authorities kan ba mi kami fatina mambe ko mi wa fukila wa fukila o kel wo kete kete umi kiri bara bujuk e ka fo wiye person bangan person borom mambo kana ko korola kan mami kami di community local community mam ko ngol ko jo di ko na alkali ule dono mo bugala bololde nana yo ji ko mani wonk amera etiti man mami wonk akansula umbo mi lobo me bu kana ko mo bugala boy ko mo me bakke nana on so ajame pana do ma jetum be de ko fa wiye dana bu kana korola di kana wiye ure ko mbam burude na bude inje pani jetum mba akena amera et kara kena mba akansula et kara kena fana wona jetum malo manalo met ko bugala be bo bobu dibuli mo jo ko won so fa bu kan ko kila munu jaw uri tawan uri mana e problème kila mba bugal bu kila bu gombuli hande bu bulen feren bara pam bu gombulo ma jembe kana ko kana kola mo la bu ko suba.
On a final note, I just want to say, just share just this example of some of the things we were talking about. And that is, I remember the first date, we had this meeting in July in Jululu. We went and met with the prefect. And the prefect is like the security or the police commander or the gendarmerie commander of the region of Jululu. And when we explained it to him about the objectives that we have as the mayors of this side of the border and that side of the border, he actually was so elated. And he said, this is something that we tried before, or we were trying, we never made headway. And I really, really want to pray that you guys take this upon and make sure it succeeds. Unfortunately, that prefect passed away. But this is the one thing he stressed when we met him. He said, you guys should take this serious, because me as prefect here in Jululu, it's a big challenge sometimes to get in touch, to have anybody to be able to talk to when we have issues involving Gambians or the local residents of the Gambia. He said, but when you have such an organization, it makes the job of us security a lot more easy. Because if we want to know about the family members there and we want to inform them about them being under detention, it's now make it a lot more easy for us to communicate to you through the mayor or our mayor, and he communicates to you and you communicate to the family. They know that their loved one is here, and things like those. Animals straying into other villages in Casamas and they have no way of going there, or straying into Gambia, they have no way of coming. All of these are challenges that we hope to break or mitigate through the establishment of this association. So those are some of the objectives that I wanted to steal a little bit before Tijan comes and dwells on it. I want to thank you all and welcome everyone to this
the prefect awno arungate gendarmerie kammi jilunu nam kujo kuringi no mukana me fujuma feka faye nane kano kan ko shumay keum andu na lañi ruwa mene ka faye ngone ja wamba nane ka faye e jume yo kay baju ko no yow gabara bu gala boni baju pe pambu gombula bu gal bemba dane tiken an pana asuf dere e bey mba na suf dere e jamen mena tip nano se nada jume be tip buna to be jaw eno buna te kan eno bari tinti man barew ano na sufu dere e bay mena sufu dere kanew na tipu be dere Gambia ari ngulo ja buna te be kan eno buna te jaw eno pambata na je bere de tangona aribe bar ura jum ja pam gombul broka boli pam gombul kango mara koli bar po pam famma rambene boronga bete ko kana kolla nane manta emba emitability elangini man kan anakila mba aprefe akila na gingi bar ure do nampo di duwa yola ma ko met ko ka faye na jito ko met be je fuki be ja fujum fukila di hamakila na bajum yono mbo nu ngomore yono mbo nu jumme wakane pa jumme dara fulma fola ma kata no bangan pour mini won imikel bu kana ko hikum di kabenen di wanare bu parce que wanare bi nya tout les wuji woni ngi jemberebe wakami fukel feti ka faye e jumelio donc ibajamo imama bete ka karang yo di dans anglais pour media makko ngolem ku cham di bu kana ka jembe cham bangana bu bajoja di non ni fel di ku chamal ibajat di ini ken bukana assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
So the mic is still yours.
Yo, bejat milani lenu mbok bitum bo nte mo ci ngolem lafta di amo kala ni angale kangola wala jola kan di man ni ka kangola pour min bel la moy kan a ñin tembena wala min bel la moy la ñaato bara ase kumaya pour nga fo ñin kam fulo la tumando ase molu be nafa minul be ja mbafalo la min na wolem kana keba mumu president département de Brikama area council la chairmano ala kuma kangol ay menul fo nin fenne tuta koma mbina o domandin le jansela auto bo onta nyanta min folan safono a bele fo wo ku folo mu minati lafta min lafa la kuma kangoto nyin ka fo la lo ala nafa mu minati ala nafa safono jam fo jandin tilobe boyla ate banna bo molla bata molla kolya luwolum ku kutale ka wulu kukuta nka dungole kono afana afero le nyanta kala afero ni belala wakati mala abakole ala fo nyin kata sifa yake ku folo mbina min labana folo dunna kata kono wala ni ngajibe na frontière to wala na satel to yirol be boy kanne yirol min boko duto kubol anin netolu anin jalolu anin kenolu abebe boy kanne anin mu fennete mi yalo ko abena alhawa tinya kanne mba keno la nyaadile fanyim banku fulo la autorité min mo local autorité ye bulo du nyobulu pour ka je ko wo bata ani wo duno min be laare mol kan ay tala ta ni nga jibe mol ka dum Gambia ka yirol tay ka ke sunya to dundi marché to mol ka dum Sénégal ka yirol boy ke sunya to dundi na Gambia o to ko kamala mba keno la nyaadile wo musulo la mi yalo ko nyin kafo a sula bakele aflanja mu minati yirol ka boyle yirol bu ka tutu oto nyim fanam be ferol kono le anu fana abe miro kono nyin kafo kono pour ka je ko nyin kuflol ayta yirol ya boy bari yirol ya tutu yirol be boyla ay boy ni shirola bari be manya naka som ka je ko yirol be boy kan han fo sani be min fo kan global warming and climate change amu man toroti min be laare kan oto nyim muk sula fennati nyin kafo e pour ka je ko yirol ye jose ka tutu a borin kola wala ay min fo wala katu rasulinti suñaro nkana fem ma bo jam min be dunna Sénégal la ma fo wala ka fen tinya nan je ka dunna Gambia ja wala Sénégal te sonna fana imanya naka son adu te sonna pour ka je ko moye dunje ay fe suña na Gambia a dundi Sénégal nyin ka fo abe lori mo tunku la fana ka je ko ka kuma la fa woto fana wala security ka fi yuruwa ne amo yuruwa kanko le be kene kayro le be sabati ñim banku fulol mba keno la nyaadi le pour ka jeko ñin kafo ay lo asin fulol la pour min ba kayro ni tanku ngo sabati ndila ñim banku fulol tema afana mala shuloti adomu minati dindungol minul ba karambuto bawo nga moyle a fojane ko na hamo momenti ni wato yaadi be murumuruna biyam hanim fo ni nga silo soto kata fo kanilla minul nata ila je Almanya na kadam Bwiam jam bare se futa no blado to karamu to dinul abe kumayala le pour ye bo Gambia jam ya foko okay nga jidulu mo to moyle nga binyo na to moyle bar ni man taaje bar ni tata ji abe la karaw ni la londo fara yurwandi la di same way mol se dinul se karamu to dinul se bono kasama ka do Senegal ka dunna Gambia jam amanda woto na ado ni na chosano ka yurwandi anu fanan ka balundi ka to ku jamale bije mi yaron ko abe duben kan wo ko min be duben kan amu shulo la tin ka foye ka je ko woy continue ka balu ko men mama nyolu anu mumu nyolu ba ke ka nyama wo kamala wato le man tarasiare menna kumo dandilaw jam abaraka bake chairman yambulandi kuma dolla mi yalla ko na yurol min be boy kan ma wala na yurol minul be boy kan Gambia ni Sénégal na ñi association no ye shit bank sotele wala ye shit link bank sotele mi yalla ko abe Sénégal yuru tuto min ka ke Gambia jam a jama ba ala kuifol be ka bonan Sénégal oto nyin kafo wala kandi yimbe soni anota anu fana ni ajibe safaro fen ka bonan firi fangal wala wa firi fangal ka bonan Senegal ka dunna Gambia jam anu ka bo Gambia jam akata Senegal mba jeno la nyaade le pour woy tara ka continuer ka je ko na moliye continuer ka dun ka finti yiri tuto fana amu fenne timi yalon ko abu go ko anu nyinan ni ala sonta mba kala Gambia le anu fana ni ala sonta mba kala Senegal oto nyim ni ani ado ko na do ko nyi wato ta dino la pour ka be akono kono be firi bare ka fo la lo ala sulo mu nyim kuntum mo le di chairman ye minfo aninga minfo aninga minul du ko nin kuba o nyama lafta 50 na demanding nin mbadi jola kam moyla la fola la pour itol fanan c'est demandi shooter no minul ma mo ni man ka kan yo ile ñu beni furir ko folo la a jomadi ka ringenu fukke feti e ka faye ka ju e ju melio e ka faye fu ju fukke fo le fono bu no tale kan bu kana polo la e pour Gambie ma ko no ken Sénégal di ka soumé di ko pour Sénégal di ko no Gambie di ka soumé wafu baje de suke yami di area yumbo inge ayni je be ka kongal kabamba buju pini woni e kongal kabamba kati a kansulaw mba ameria ami di karayayu Sénégal mi rego ha ore baje de bar ni mama mum unyesomba mumani buma e ka faye dordo di ka suda ko le fuka potena fono wamba eluket ku beure ma wonu jokaaju ku jila ku cela ku bumto wona wala je ka tirita yoke kan chocolat so be jodi sidé ande so bam kumanga wamni ci jonko ko ko dere yeto wamba furi akoli yo wana siri karamba wono ma de bunno daga kam mu jumena kasara yumba bi do bubu mo do fu kafaye kan ka sule yo me ko woni bamba an takba am lepen ak kajina et karamba bi de Gambia ma ko daw lepena di suké man akobe na ko no ko kana ko mula nan ko be Sénégal ma jami ko beure ma bubu anuko ulata ula jusque samedi frontière samedi tutore ulata mo juka met ko tambu yo fa an manyo ba no ko Sénégal man ak aje awla bo ulata e juk ano fa met Sénégal man no ko Gambia man ak aje ula jaw benen to kuute katu ula mo si beus si jamenes tak mo yo fa an manyo no umandi bena cinlo umandi bena purlo ubaji identité yola nu wala no na ja sufunu e boy de Sénégal ano tamba junde de Gambie Sénégal manano ke nu ma jaw puut e be de Gambia manano kam be Sénégal ujuka met ko do di bamba ni waf pour ma kan ma me ko ni ma be ka benen di ula ko jamata ula ko nu baja ke lewul di fu ke feti kafa uye do non dore ti ko le bi retate ku chef de village ak pambe di n'importe ka jawor di ke limoro mbadi ke mik wan kam bugala bolu di jeetu mu bede ka fay po de pomet be tinti man me dokument ko bugala bu kala bu bamba iri mu la jaataate neno assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh
wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Right,
English,
just briefly.
Briefly.
Right.
1 minute 30 seconds.
Exactly. Just to dilate a little bit in English for the benefit of other nationals or other people who can't understand our local languages. The aim and the objective of this organization called Foni Kombo Mayors Association is to strengthen the bilateral relationship between the two sister countries. More specifically, the promotion of the peace and security that persists between these two countries. Again, the association also stands to make sure that the free movement of services and the people of these two nations continue to exist as enshrined in the ECOWAS protocol. Looking at the rationale behind, sometimes our people used to have some problems at the entry points of these two countries. The association is established to make sure that all those issues are remedied. Notwithstanding, exchange visit of students, like we call it excursion. Maybe a student in the Gambia or students in the Gambia must have had a name called Jululu, but where is this Jululu? Perhaps this organization or this association will also stand to strengthen and promote the existence of such mutual understanding to allow these two sister nation students to be visiting each other's countries. Notwithstanding, the promotion of peace and culture also are part of the aims and the objective of this association. And notwithstanding the tree planting, if we can be on the highway, sometimes we see trees or timbers being smuggled into the Gambia. Wherever they come from, it's going to be a stand. And it is part of the aims and the objectives to make sure that we mitigate it if we cannot stop it all. And then again, to replace them back. As you fall a tree, you must plan to replace a tree. That trees are things that we need in order to combat the climate change and then the global warming that is facing as a threat to the entire globe. For that being the case, I would like to draw the curtain here. Hence, the MC behind me is pulling my shirt to limit my statement. I thank you all for your kind attention.